Well, but what this bill does, this is very similar to House Bill 4, and what this bill does is requires 3 days of advance notice to the public, basically, for the budget bill, and also 2 days advance notice for the capital improvements bill, otherwise known as the bond bill. And as you know, probably better than I, big part of the problem that goes on down here is there's very little transparency in the budget and bond process. There's all sorts of garbage, it's a strong term, but that's the right term, that gets put into those bills sort of in the dark of night, late in the process. And what this bill simply says is that those bills will be introduced at least 3 days, the budget bill at least 3 days prior to June 30th for the end of session, and the capital improvements bill at least 2 days prior. So it gives the media and most importantly the public an opportunity to really sift through these bills because it's people's money and see what we're spending all that money on. And I think the potential, if this ever, if we could get this passed, would be to really make that process much more transparent. And I think we can get rid of a lot of the junk that's in those bills. Yeah, well, the problem, as you know, is that the old desk door veto, as the Senate Democrats have held, the bill actually passed the House and is sitting here in the Senate and is unlikely to be worked by the Senate Democrats. So our rules here in the Senate allow for a process where we can bring legislation directly to the floor and bypass the traditional process, which is what the Democrats are currently holding up, is the traditional process with their desk door, quote-unquote desk door veto. So we're within the rules, we can bring a bill directly to the floor if it passes the Senate and send it along to the House. That's not exactly House Bill 4, but it is basically an identical bill. It would be a Senate bill, go through the Senate, and hopefully the House, and hopefully on the government. But yeah, what's likely, unfortunately, what likely is going to happen is they're going to introduce the bill directly from the floor. We've given the Democrats plenty of advance warnings, so no tricks or anything. They will object to that process, and then there's a vote taken on that. And admittedly, that is not an actual vote on the bill itself, but it is a vote on allowing the bill to come for a vote. So, and I think the public will understand that voting no in that process means voting no on the bill itself. And what I think unfortunately is likely to happen is that the Democrats will vote as a party to defeat that process. And, but at least, and I think this is very important, we will know where people stand on this, in my opinion, vital legislation. No, I've done this I think once or twice in my career here, but it's right. It's an exceptional process that you only do it when you feel very strongly about something and you think something is very important, and that's I do feel very strongly about the open government process.